add chai. There, goodness gracious, remove. All right. I had everything polished and I pre-recorded and I had everything right and it didn't happen. My goodness, and the light isn't very good either. Goodness gracious. But you know what? It's not about the light. It's about the message. See, I'm using the light from the window as an photographer, and you shouldn't do things like this. You hide all those out of this way. I am very imperfect, and I'm showing you going up imperfect to remind you that you don't have to be perfect. You need to have the results that you need. It doesn't matter what it looks, it matters how it ends up. So I've recorded all of these things. I made all these doodles with my intention to be clean and awesome, and it still hasn't happened. So I give you permission to do the same. So I'm talking today with Mary Fernashno. Mary, oh, forgive me. So I'm a stroke survivor. So my mouth will not say the things that I want to see. So in my head, I can see the word. I know the syllables, symbolism, no, stroke survivor. Yeah, awesome. I can't even control my mouth. It's all in your head. It's the processing. And you keep moving forward. So I would like to add, so I download all these doodles and I can show them when things don't work. I can show the picture in my phone, right? Like here's um Mary Furneaux show. Mary, Mary. And she's doing this great show with Elise. And there's a link below so that you can go to it. I'll put the link right in the chat, right? I'll be able to add this. I don't know. Would you rather? So give permission. I'm going to ask all of you to take a big breath here. We're going to ground ourselves to the earth. And I'm going to bring in these videos and we're going to see how much this is going to work. To see, and it's not going to take them in. All right, okay. What's more important? Is it more important that that's polished or on time? And an hour, it's so interesting because we're talking about Mary and Elise. I'll have the links below so you can see what I'm actually talking about. I always invite people when someone talks about, these are my insights. So these are my insights from watching the YouTube of this amazing, which I completely recommend you need to listen to it. And these are my insights on my takeaway. These two women, Mary and Elise, they had these adaptations. So it's so interesting that the world teaches you what you need to learn, right? So I truly believe before my head exploded, I believe that I had this amazing life. I believe I had this balance. I have an autism kid. I have a husband. We're flipping 3 houses. I was running 3 businesses and making sure that no one sees me. And I'm hidden because I had this honor to be this wife that no one sees. And I have this amazing life. And then the universe says, okay, that's great, but it's time to level you up. It's time for you to learn to another level of being lazy and not lazy, self-care. And the same thing happened to Mary and Elise. Like, Mary's running this amazing business. She's an amazing coach, like so talented at her book and what she does. And she's running this business. And then she had, now this is the collaboration voice that I don't have this word. So she had to do surgery with that part in your stomach where you make babies. She had a problem there and she had to get it take out and you had to do nothing for weeks. So she, just before that, she'd given herself 3 weeks off, doing nothing, self-care, getting unplugged with the world. And then, so she knew, she came back, she was struggled for 9 months. Then she took 3 weeks off. And then she came back powerful, this powerful, amazing, getting things done. So interesting, right? And then, so she knew this, but she needed the the illness for her to take 3 weeks off again for this powerful self-care healing of herself. And then Elise is the same thing. She writes this amazing book. I haven't read it yet, but it's on my list. I recommend. I'll see what happens when I read it. But they're talking about this amazing book, and she's talking about envy and the sentence of "I want this too." And so she wrote this amazing book about it. And a really important part in there is about unplugging and becoming more powerful. And she actually broke her ankle, or not her, that's not her ankle, that's my stroke survivor words. Wrong words come in, collaboration here. So she broke this, her back. She broke her back. And she adapted and she found a way to, because that's what an entrepreneur does. As a mom, we find a way to get it done. And then she went to the hospital and they were like, dude, stop adapting. Take a break. And she's questioning herself, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me that I will not stop? I totally do that. I was in the hospital. I couldn't move my body from my neck down, and I'm finding a way to get out as fast as I can until my friend came in and said, no, I got your 3 businesses, Melanie. Our team, we got you. You're healing on yourself. And in those 9 weeks when I lived in the hospital, I realized I got everything I wanted. Everything that I manifested was in the hospital. And this break, I came out as a different person. But I'm still the same person because I'm always the same core of who I am. So interesting. So Mary knew she needed to take a break. Lise knew to take a break. I knew, but all of us needed the universe to teach the lesson that we need to know. And this is a big kick in my up. It's like, okay, it's a long weekend, Melanie, and I'm here working on my business. And in half an hour, I'm at my mom's for dinner, for a family dinner, and reminding me, Melanie, this is a long weekend. You need to take time off. You need to have fun. Because there's some psychology behind this. This is not in the YouTube. This is psychology that I learned. Is they said that they were talking about procrastinating, and they did a study about psychology of depression. Not doing your work done. And there's procrastination. So people look procrastinating. So one of the things that I do when I look at a project, I start at the project. I start working on it and I think about it. And then when it gets too hard and it's working too hard and you're working too hard, that you're like, okay, I'm going to take a pause on this. I'm going to back up. That's going to spin in the back of my head because in the subconscious, my subconscious is still going to work because I'm like, brain, you solve this. I know that we will solve this. And then you continue on to the things that you're meant to do. So you follow the flow, you start working on things, and then you get close to the deadline. You're like, okay, now I need to produce this. This is what I got to get done. So when you do that, you have that pressure to actually get things done. And so when you're spinning in the back of your head, and then you have that deadline that it actually gets done, the results that you get are the most creativity. So there's 3 different types of people. The first type, people get a project and then they do nothing. And then they wait last minute and are like, oh, let's get it done here. And they get the most results done. Now, the second one that I was talking about, the creative one, where they started working on the project till it got hard. And then they stepped in, and they waited to the end, and then the pressure at the end, they're like, okay, now I had the download. Now I know what to do. And you get it done, all done. And then the third time is the people that keep working on it. Like once a week, Those ones are the less productive. So the first one, they did nothing. They procrastinated and got it done. The other one who started and stopped until it was in the flow. And then they get the most creatives. Where the person that consistently, or they push themselves to get it done, let's get it done early, done, those people are the less creative ones. And we need people to be different ways. So thank you, Sing Live. And I have to get going because I have a family time. And so I send you love and reminding you that we need you just like you. It's a wonderful Easter and rebirth and believing in miracles, and what you search for is what you're going to find. So I send you so much love, and I send you good vibes. And my intention was to be clean and polished, and now I have all the pieces. I will get things done. Keep going. Keep